And so as you come onto your back, we'll start with the checking in of what all is going on inside today. The neck is just along for the ride for the most part. So some of you heard I was in a little bit of a fender bender a few weeks ago. I got a little bit of a whiplash. And hey, Roberta, and welcome. And so that has really been an interesting journey. We know trauma lodges in the body, and the trauma reflex, it keeps repeating itself. So it takes time, it takes patience to unfurl these reflexes. And if we don't get them all unfurled and we layer another trauma reflex in, it just kind of stacks on. So when we practice somatics, we're looking to go super slow, super gentle, because we are working to really get a look way down in the bottom of the basket to see what all has lodged down there and see if there's anything we can clean out a bit. So as you rest on your back, notice your body. What is calling out to you right off the bat? What is really present? So that would be the obvious. And it may be there's a little bit of a pull or discomfort in a neck, a shoulder. Notice if your chin is pulling upward, in which case slide another blanket or towel or pillow under the head so that the back of the neck is not congested. That is a common neck problem. Notice your shoulder blade. So we're starting at the top today. Does one shoulder blade lay flatter than the other? And when you came to rest on your back, did you lay down with your palms facing down or up, or maybe neither? If our default hand position is more facing downward, we may have some tension across the upper pecs, pec major, the muscles that connects the shoulder to the sternum, the breastbone. And that is very common with forward computers and desk and bending over, slouching. So it's the habitual posture that becomes part of our signature. That causes the shoulder blades to ride up and sit wide. So the rhomboids, the muscles of the shoulder blade, cannot support the shoulders. And so if we sit and we feel that gnawing under the shoulder blade, that could be the rhomboids are really at their wit's end. And so as we practice the contractions, releases, they both strengthen and invite that lower muscle tension on the lower resting tone. And that's really what we are going for. Now bend up your knees and place the feet on the mat. And let your hands come to your lower belly. And then the belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. In and out. An invitation to our nervous system to soften into the rest and digest system, parasympathetic nervous system. Breathing in and breathing out. Make it easy. Be aware. Breathing in and out. Relaxing your arms down alongside the body. And then on the next in-breath, slide one arm down towards the foot. Just slide that arm down. The shoulder blade will slide down and then let it come back up. Slide the other arm down. Alternate from side to side. Sliding down and let your head follow along. So that the head turns to the side that the arm slides down. Make it easy. So the head is just along for the ride. Inviting just gentle and easy shoulder mobility. Is one side easier than the other? So letting go of force. So there's a sense of allowing rather than pushing. And the next time you come into neutral, pause there. Pausing, sensing. It can be really challenging to slow down. Something my teacher talks a lot about is for many of us, we used to go, 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 go. And then suddenly we asked to do the opposite. It's almost like leaning into the present moment. But the momentum of busy is stuck in our bodies. So just notice that. Speed gets trapped in our bodies, C.S. Little likes to say, and I agree with that. Now we're going to repeat. Draw one arm down, but this time pull the other shoulder up. And then letting go and switch. Feel what movement is being invited here. Of the head, of your neck, the muscles from the skull and the neck, the shoulders and upper ribs. It is an amazing piece of architectural beauty. It looks like a suspension bridge. But if some of these wires are off, then the tower on the bridge, they begin to sort of lean forward or to the side. So now as you draw the shoulder up, take your ear, same side ear towards that shoulder, like you're holding a phone between the ear and the shoulder. I know nobody does that anymore, right? Ever. So one shoulder goes up, the other goes down. When we draw the ear towards the shoulder. And let's one more time. And then letting it go. Slide the legs out. Pause. Notice the shoulder blades. Notice any changes. So we gain an intimacy with our bodies and our minds through the practice. And then the legs up again, and this time we'll take the arms out. Either straight out, or if it's available, cactus arms. And then as you inhale, arch the low back. And exhale, floating back to neutral. So we'll do it the classical Thomas Hanna way. Take a breath in for nothing. And exhale, flatten the low back. Draw the pubic bone towards the belly button. And we let go. Inhaling, arch. And exhale, neutral. And here we take the buffer breath. And on the out breath, flattening. When there is a lot of tension in the lower abdomen or the back seam, it pulls the shoulders either down forward or it locks them down. So by getting this midsection moving, we now invite the shoulder seam more mobility. So as you move between the arch and the flattening, notice your head. In the flatten, does the chin roll up? And as you release to neutral, does the head follow to neutral? And as you move into the arch, does the chin pull down towards the chest? So the head is connected to the pelvis. So if you're moving one, the other ought to move too. So we're going to go back and forth investigating. If there is a cog stuck in the gears. And then pausing. Now we'll move a little bit faster. So the arch and flatten, one moves right into the other. And we're going to bring the feet along with it. So let's just get those on board first. So as you inhale, lift the heels, so you'll feel the calves contracting. And then as you exhale, plant the heels and lift the front of the feet. Inhaling, heels lift. And exhaling, flattening. Can you feel how that invites you into the movement as you lift the front of the foot? So going back and forth. Taking the feet along for the ride. So tightness across the calves and hamstrings also directly affects the neck. I see that in downward facing dog in yoga. If the head pops up, we go, Where is the tension buried? So here we're just kneading it like dough. So as you lift the heels, arch the low back. Is the head moving? Or did it get all locked down? And then next time you come back through center, let's release the legs again, sliding them out. Pause. Checking in with the breath and your back seam. Are you laying maybe a little flatter than when we started? So segueing to the front seam now, bending up the knees. And we'll take the hands behind the head, interlace the hands behind the head with the arch and curl. So on the next inhalation, let's arch the low back, and then exhale, we move right into the flattening, draw the elbows together. And then curling up, so the head is cradled in the hands, the tops of the shoulders come up. And then keep the low back down as you lengthen and release the head back down. Elbows stay up. Relift the elbows. And now let's count them down from 12, 11, 10, 9. Spread your wings wide. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Take a breath in and out. And we'll repeat. On your next inhalation, let's arch. Elbows presses down gently, and then exhale, opposite. Flattening, draw the elbows up, and then shorten the front seam so that's abdominis rectus, it's glorified six-pack. And now let's lengthen it up. Keep the low back down as we roll vertebrae by vertebrae down, head last. Once the head is down, let's relift the elbows. And again, let's count them down slowly to help the pec majors release. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Buffer breath. And let's do that one more time. On your inhalation, arch. And exhale, flattening elbows, float up, and we curl up. So the head is just along for the ride, hanging out in the hands. So don't pull on the head. It has to follow the shortening of the front seam, and then we lengthen down vertebra by vertebra. Getting a little bit more length on this tight front seam. Relift the elbows. And last one, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Now pause here, we're almost down. Relift your elbows about an inch. So now we're going into the itty bitty gritty stuff. So we're lowering from here, from 10, slow it way down, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, super slow, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Breathing in and out. And then let's take the left knee in, holding it with the left hand. Keep the right hand below the head, so we'll do the diagonal seam. Inhale, arch again. You're not going to go very far because you're holding onto the knee. And then exhale, flattening and curling up diagonal. So your right elbow towards the midline and slowly release back. Again, don't lead with the nose. The head is cradled in the hand. Slowly coming down, buffer breath. And let's do that again. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten. And then rotating up. So your right shoulder will lift. The left is not coming very far. And slowly releasing down. We'll do that one more time. On the in-breath, arch. And flattening. Rotating, supporting the head. But let the obliques draw you in and out with ease. Release the left leg down. After a one-sided move, it's always cool just to check in. So let's slide the legs out. And as you breathe in and out, can you tell? One set of obliques are released and one set is yet to be released. So the internal and external obliques works together in rotation. So we'll take the right knee in, left hand behind the head. And they work on a diagonal. It's a really interesting piece of equipment. Inhale, arch. And exhale, flatten and rotate up. And derotate. All the way back down. Buffer breath. And repeating. Arching. Flattening into the rotation. And then uncurling. Buffer breath. If there's congestion across the obliques and the rib cages, it pulls us down like the old desk drawers. Pulls the head forwards. Do it one more time. So we have got to tend to everything below to get up on top. Slowly coming back. And release. Take the arms out and just pause. Intimacy, immediacy, spontaneity, stuff happens. And then, of course, the obvious. Now let's work a little bit on the neck before we roll over onto the belly. So we're doing it earlier than we normally do because we got to work on that back seam. But we'll interlace the hands behind the head again. This time, this is our teacup maneuver. You'll place a teacup right at your forehead. And so we're using just the neck muscles for this one. So take a breath in for nothing. And as you exhale, gently flatten the low back and then lift the head straight up. So it's cradled in the hands, but you're lifting with the neck muscles. And then slowly lower down. I'm not going to count this one down because everybody's necks are different. If this is painful, if this is a painful move for you, Do the isometrics instead, where you're pressing the head down into the floor rather than lifting up. So let's repeat this one. Inhale for nothing and exhale, flattening. And then we begin to initiate. You can feel the muscles on the front of the neck beginning to engage, and the head lifts straight up. Don't look down, your gaze is straight up. This is how we isolate these muscles. And then slowly, 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 slowly releasing down. These muscles shorten. Take that back. They lengthen. Hence the reason we need to put some tone on them first. Now turn your head to the right. We're going to get to that back one, the short one with the forward head posture. Head to the right, slide your teacup onto your left temple. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, flatten the low back, and then lift the head straight up. It is not a big move, not a big move at all. And then slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. So that works with the rotators of the neck. Buffer breath. Remember, no pain, no strain. Make it easy. When you're ready, breath in for nothing. Exhale, gently flatten, and then lift the ear away from the floor without drawing the chin towards the chest. Lower down, lengthening out. Take a buffer breath. And then very slowly, let's turn the head to the other side. Take a breath in for nothing. And exhale, flatten, and lift. Muscles contracting. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Lower down. Buffer breath. When you're ready, breath in for nothing. And exhale, flatten. And lifting again. And slowly, slowly, slowly. Lowering down. I'll turn the head back to neutral. Taking the arms out. And now we'll do the retraction. So this is an isometric. Drawing the chin slightly towards the chest. As you exhale, press the back of the head towards the floor as if you were going to look up and then letting go. And we'll do that again. Take a breath in for nothing. And then exhale, gently press the back of the head down as you pretend to want to look up to the space behind you, but you can't move, but you feel the muscles of the back of the neck engaging. You may feel this all the way back along your spine. The paraspinals connects skull to sacrum, as we will feel here in just a moment. So let's do this one more time. A really great movement for neck pain. Take a breath in for nothing, exhaling. Press the head down. So again, no pain. When we activate these muscles, the extensors that are shortened with forward head and the body fusses, and letting go. Sliding the legs out. Pause. What is present? How is the breath? And then let's bend one leg up and then roll the opposite way onto your abdomen, rolling onto your back. So taking your left arm down alongside the body and take the right arm out to the side. And if this is uncomfortable for your neck, to turn your head, you can take a blanket or pillow under your upper chest, under your head, supporting yourself in a way where your neck doesn't feel like it's being ripped off. That is uncomfortable. So the right arm is out at a 90-degree bend in the elbow, straight out from the shoulder. We're working with the posterior deltoid, the back of the deltoid muscle. Lifting the right elbow up, palm stays down. Feel the back of the shoulder engaging. And then slowly from 12, 9, 11, I'm going to get my counting straight, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Elbows down. So again, left arm down alongside the body, unless that's uncomfortable, and the right arm just bend up at a 90-degree at the elbow, because that way we isolate the arm. Yes, Anne, you had it right. You're good. And let's do that again. I want you to lift the elbow slowly, so sense the muscles engaging. Lifting the elbow as high as is comfortable. And let's take a slow descent. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Now slide the hands, your right hand under your left cheek. And again, if this is uncomfortable for your neck, you can have the forehead down. So don't strain. It's okay to experiment. You want to find a place that's comfortable for your body. We're going to experiment that erector spinae again. As you inhale, you're going to lift the head. Look over your shoulder. And let your hips be a little buoyant too. So the elbow is staying down, everything's staying down, just lifting the head up and peeking around. And then slowly lowering down. Take a full breath in and out. The Landauer reflex. Excuse me, what babies do. That begins to strengthen their back so they can start to get ready for crawling. It's pretty cool. When you're ready, let's do that again. Inhale here, your hips are gonna help out. Hips are lifting as the head comes up, looking over the shoulder. Again, don't strain. And slowly releasing down. And let's add the arm now. So this time, instead of lifting the hips, and we're going to have to anchor them down. So we'll take a breath in, press the hips down, and then lift the arm and the head. So accessing the upper back muscle. And slowly release down. Taking a pit stop here. Just check in with the left leg. Take a breath in, press the hips down and lift the left leg up. Left leg. So this is that back seam we're talking about. Keep the knees straight. Glutes and hamstrings engaged. Lower the leg down. And we're going to add this for that full diagonal lift. On your next inhalation, press the hips down, arm, head, and opposite leg lifting up to the dorsal sheet. Slowly, 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 lowering down. Everything pulls. One more time. On an in-breath, start by pressing the hips down. And then we begin to take flight. Right arm, upper chest, left leg. And slowly lower down. And we're going to take the left arm up. Place the fingers in front of the right, press both forearms down. Just to get the lift up, turn the head, slide the right arm down. And let's take the left arm out into position. I'm going to spin around so I can keep an eye on you. So the left arm, we're working first on the posterior deltoid. And taking care that your head, your neck is comfortable, not feeling strained. And let's lift the elbow again, lifting it slowly. How are you making this movement happen? Rarely do we get the chance to slow things way down and really study it. Lowering it down from 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause and pull. Do that again. Lift the elbow. And 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Everything full. And then slide the hand under your right cheek. Head movement. On the inhalation, lift the head. And again, let the hips be a little buoyant here. Accessing that whole back seam. And then slowly lower down. When you're ready, again. So notice, are you pushing the floor away with your arm? Or are you simply lifting the head? Arm completely passive. And lowering down. And that got us ready for the little bigger lift. So let's start with the upper body first. Inhale, press the hips down. We lift, arm and head. Lowering down. Buffer breath. And we'll do our little leg investigation. Take a breath in, press the hips down, and lift the right leg up just to check in. Is it ready for the job? Lowering down. And then we're ready to combine. On an inhalation. Whole back seat engages. And lower down. Buffer breath. And again. Lifting. And lowering. Everything pulls. And then from here, let's take my right arm, roll onto my right side. And then support your head either on your arm, straight or bent, on a pillow, a blanket, so that your neck is supported, not droopy. Place your legs in a comfortable position. So we're working on the shoulder compass now. We haven't done that in a long time, but I really like this one. So head supported, knees are bent up, you're comfortable in the legs. So exploring the movements, we've already done a little bit of the traps work. So this will be a quick review. Draw your left shoulder up towards the ear, squeezing it, and just let that release. So now there is no restrictions of the floor. And let's do that again. Draw the shoulder up towards the ear. And then letting it go. Releasing down. The upper traps for most is really easy to connect to because they are really strong and they fire a lot. So now let's draw the shoulder down towards the hip so the arm slides down. And then let that go. Sliding the arm down, feel the shoulder blade moving down. Neck lengthens. Letting it release back up. And then draw the shoulder forward. That's the pecs again, pec major in particular. And release that. So just a different orientation. Draw the shoulder forward. And release that. And now we've gotten to the star player, the rhomboids. Draw the shoulder back. Hug your left shoulder blade towards the spine. And then let that go. This can be a very challenging move. Draw again. Let's repeat one more time. And then letting it release. Now we're ready to draw our circles. Hike your shoulder up towards the ear. And we'll begin to draw a circle all the way around the big circle. And moving slow, so feel the quality of the circle. Is it round or does it get a little jiggity juggedy? When you get back up to the top, drop the shoulder down And then make a medium-sized circle. So we want to access all the fibers, moving slowly like a little minute hand. Is it called a minute arm or second arm? I guess it's the second arm. And drop it down to an itty bitty little circle. It's like a quarter. Draw a little circle here, but a very precise little circle. And once you've drawn that itty bitty little circle, reverse that direction. Little circle to the medium circle. To the very large circle. And then after that, slowly and easily roll onto your back. We'll pause on the back and just to sense and feel before we roll onto the other side. Left shoulder versus the right shoulder, what changed? And then we'll roll over onto the left side. Because I think it's worth repeating on the left, don't you? Again, support your head in however way it feels best for your back. Laying on your side, so staying up on the side, and we started with the upper trapezius. Pull the shoulder towards the ear, and then let it release down. So we often do, we did it last week, the seated traps release, which is great if you start to feel a headache coming on, that you'll be at that. But because we are doing those at the same time, it can be a little hard to see if one is a little bit more irritant than the other. So let's do it one more time here. Upper traps, contracts, and then we'll release down. And let's check in with the lower traps. Woefully underworked for most. And then release. Their job is to anchor the shoulder blades. But they kind of forget. Draw the shoulders down. And release. Do that one more time. Feel that, is this as easy as it was to do the upper traps? For me, I need a little bit more persuasion in activating this muscle. So I know that my motor cortex doesn't have as good access as it does to the upper because they fire all of the time. All right, from neutral, draw the shoulder forward and let that go. Let's do that again. Pat majors, draw the shoulder forward and let that go. And then draw the shoulder back. The rhomboids, and we're going to do that 3 times. This is such a good move. Pull the shoulder blade towards the spine. Contracting and releasing. When we contract a muscle, we get rid of the stagnation in it. It can lock long, it can lock short. In neither position, it doesn't have good blood flow. The contraction brings fresh blood into the tissue to heal, to bring vitality back. So we're ready for our circles. Let's draw the shoulder up to the ear. And circling, big circle. Big round circle. Know where it sort of begins to be more of a Salvador Dali circle. at the top. Drop it down for the medium and go slow, go slow. The fractal quote that I put in the email this time is all about this principle of we have to take care of the little because the little is the big. And when we really study it, so now the itty bitty bitty circle, and get the little pieces working well, then the big pieces automatically works well because they are comprised of small pieces. Let's switch the orientation. Itty bitty little circle in the opposite direction. Which movement is challenging for your body? And we'll do a medium-sized circle. And then last, large. And after the large circle, with as little effort as possible, allow yourself to roll onto your back. Straightening the legs out. And pause. Notice the back seam. Notice how your head is resting on the floor. So we got the big players. We're gonna get a little bit busy here now also with the rotator cuff, and that's in our blooming flower. Last week we did the washcloth, very similar. In the blooming flower, let's bend up the knees. Have the arms out at about 45 degrees from your body. Palms are facing up. And then rolling the arms in towards your body and feel how that invites you into a flattening. Pressing the back of the arms against the sides of your body. And as you inhale, release and let the arms float out. Back to where we started. And then inhale, roll the arms upward. And this invites the arch. Shoulder blades are drawing together and down the back. And then we allow the arms to roll back to neutral. Let's do a buffer breath, and then we'll repeat this one. So breath in for nothing. And exhale. Roll the arms in towards your body. Shoulders are lifted, chin is steady. Arms pressing against the side seam, and then we release. Arms rolls out. Pause, wait for the in-breath. And then when it comes on and arrives, arch as you roll the arms out. And slowly release. Back to neutral. One more time. Breath in for nothing. And exhale, roll the arms in, pressing them against your body. And slowly release. Back to neutral. Wait for the in-breath. And roll the arms out and up, shoulder blades down and together. And release. Crossing the right leg over the left. The arms are out from the T position. So we will take the knees down to the right side. So both an internal rotation, but this works on the cross pattern. So as the knees go right, let your nose go left. Keep your right shoulder heavy. And we come back up. So right shoulder heavy, head rolls left as the knees go right. And then adding rolling out of the left arm, rolling up. So similar to what we did previously, just in the blooming flower, except now the arm's up higher and is rolling up. So the knees are going right, nose is going left, and the left arm rolls up. Like a wind-up toy. So now we got everything going. Do it one more time. And then we come back, uncross the legs. Just slide the legs out just for a breath or two. Pause and feel. And bending the legs up again. And take the left leg across the right. And we began by just doing the knee movement or the leg movement. Taking the knees to the right, left, and keep the right shoulder heavy. Right shoulder heavy. Allow your head to begin to, if it hasn't already, rock, looking towards the right hand. And then inquire, rolling the right arm up. Again, getting the rotator cuff. The arm rolls up. You feel the shoulder blade rolling down or drawing down. What does it feel like on your body? Smooth, gentle brushstrokes. Notice if there is discomfort backing off. Allow yourself to back off. And then next time you come up to center, let's release. Take the legs out long. And we'll take the arms up. Let's clasp the elbows. Clasp the elbows above, right above your eyes. Draw the legs together. And as you inhale, reach the elbows back as you reach out through the heels. Opening the armpits. And we'll take the arms up. And we'll switch that cross. And do the other side. Extend the elbows overhead. And let's take the elbows up. Relax the legs, relax the arms. So we return to where we started. What's present right here? What's obvious? Breathing in and breathing out. Intimacy, immediacy, spontaneity and the obvious, the four qualities of our Dharma, of our reality. And through the practice, the slowness, the stillness, the intimacy allows us a better understanding of who we are, very much like the serenity prayer that I included in the email. We come to understand what we can change and what we can't. I invite you to wiggle your fingers and toes, bending out your knees. Rock the knees gently from side to side and find your way over onto one side eventually, and you can take your time. There is no rush. And you'll find your way into a comfortable seated posture. Bring our palms together. Closing with a prayer for peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Peace in our world, and peace in our communities, and peace within ourselves. Let's take a deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Thank you. Namaste.